you see what I see? Are you reading this document, folks? Good morning, boys and girls. Don't answer questions. Sally, nobody special, Mike Stevens, Anna Harris. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Brian, the semi-regular, but not always consistent concept of the fact that I need to eat and you need to learn. Maybe we all need to learn together. So, today's episode, I got this unclassified law enforcement sensitive document in my mailbox this morning that I have just very briefly perused. It is not necessarily enjoyable to have a honking horn in the background of your live stream as you're waking up in the morning, but sometimes it occurs. My roommate is up. Sounds like the movements of the day are happening. And I hope you're reading this. The reason I hope you're reading this is that they're watching the watchers. The watchers are you, me, who watch the watchers, them, and then they create reports and they tell on us and what kind of threat levels and if there's potential activity going on. This is the real world. I want you guys to understand that. This is information intelligence received and compiled by the Colorado Department, CDPS. I'm assuming that's the state police. Generated by open source reports, local, state, and federal information, and intelligence sharing patterns. I'm not sure what all that means per se, but that's a lot of words. Briefs, bulletins, and products. It's considered active criminal intelligence and as such is exempt from disclosure outside law enforcement. This is a month old, by the way. Department of Homeland Security, Civil Disruption, Critical Infrastructure Impacts, Mitigation Package statewide. Department of Homeland Security, Cybersecurity, Infrastructure Security Agency has prepared this informational bulletin regarding various resources to assist in the production of soft target venues during the ongoing civil disruptions. Okay. So we've got violent opportunities could use global stop 5G protests to attack critical infrastructure personnel statewide. England Police Department, thus theft suspects, Rolex. Colorado information, opportunist extremists threaten to use ongoing protests to further goals statewide. Seriously. So the Colorado Information Analysis Center has prepared this situational awareness bulletin regarding opportunistic domestic extremists threatening to use, let's see, can I do a Google search on that? I'm going to come back to you in a second, people. I know you're back there. I know you're talking. I know you can see the screen. And you can keep reading the screen while I go do another search. Human trafficking. It's June 9th, it looks like. Let's go back and say hi. Good morning. Yeah, the cops on official lookouts. The only thing you understood was the Rolex. Good job, Mike Stevens. Basically, this is okay. So we'll go back over here. And we'll stop sharing that screen. And we'll start sharing that one. While I come over here and chop. There's an explanation of what's going on. Oh, you didn't want to sit and look at the ad? That's so stupid of me. Summer safety. This is actually pretty good. But I got too much stuff running. So be on the lookout, Bolos, the watch out for this and that. It goes on. It's active. And the reason that I'm bringing this up to you is because you probably haven't heard of two very important communication tools, maybe 3 or 4, that you might want to have on your phone, so that what you communicate, when you communicate it, where you communicate it, is up to you. Now, this isn't for everybody. This kind of process isn't for people who talk to Google all day, every day, and integrate their entire life. Because this process that I'm about to tell you about definitely is anti-Google. Okay? That's the first thing you need to know. But these reports, actually, the first thing you need to know is about these reports. So let's stop sharing that screen, and let's go back to this stream. Shalom, DJ Katora. I want to share. I want to go back to that report. The SEAC. It's a daily report now, so you got to understand that this is. There's a center in Denver. It's called the Center. It's an anti-terrorism thing. They say, and it's really all about, I don't know, not anti-terrorism to my mind. The Cell, that's what it's called, and intelligence is there. The reality is that when Anonymous and Occupy first came out and they were talking about all the intelligence systems, yeah, that stuff's established. It's legit. You can't get away from it now, but you can skirt it, right? And that's the thing I'm here to talk about today. So there's protests across the state this weekend, and Greeley tonight. That's the one I wanted to show you. It's where I'm going to try to be. Reddit. Denver protests. Get that running. Are you on all these other things? So the channel communications, this is what I have to get to, can be skirted by several programs. First of all, don't use Chrome as your browser. Use DuckDuckGo. And teach your phone to always use these things, or to ask is another option. For your banking, for your shopping, you should use the app directly from whatever company it is that you're shopping with. Don't shop over a browser. If you're trying to have your credit card information and all that stuff memorized by the company, right? That helps protect and secure that material. So we're back into the Denver protests. Wow. Protesters in Denver running checkpoints on cars trying to drive through. Life's too good for you. This is our public freak out. And you can't Hi. Did I lose you all? That didn't work out very well. I don't do these live streams all the time for a reason, right? We were talking about that general safety bulletin. The point is that I want you to know that they exist, that cops do these police departments, federal security, whatever. They look at trafficking and conversations, and if Google can read it, then they can too. So one of the options you have to deter that is to use a web browser called DuckDuckGo. Thanks, nobody special. Mike Stevens, that statement really confuses me, but maybe it's because I'm seeing a gender identification coming out there that I never knew of before, and might change my mind on some of the comments you've made in my life. Anyway, why was that a woman annoyed at breakfast yesterday? I mean, the other day. I don't know which woman. There's lots of people that have health issues that would cause them to be annoyed for a variety of reasons, I'm sure. And I got no knowledge on all those things. So what I was talking about though was web browsing. On your phone, not on your computer, are you using Google? Are you using DuckDuckGo or some other anonymous browsing function feature? Are you on Chrome? Are you on Mozilla? These are real questions that you should consider asking yourself. Now, recently, I've stopped using my phone's primary phone communications network for text messaging. Now we're on Signal and Telegram as text messaging apps. Messaging that prevent copying, phone screening, sharing messages, but also allow you to communicate with people without even having each other's phone numbers. And I got to tell you that these things happen, and you can slide in and slide out with your knowledge, but you can create your own virtual network on your phone. Try hard enough. Just takes downloading an app, a VPN, so you can run your phone on a VPN 24/7. That's the thing these days, and I was not aware of that until a couple days ago. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, Greeley, Colorado. That's tonight. They're having a protest for Elijah McClain. Mitch McConnell has all the money. Tor browser. You can hardly visit any website but Wikipedia. What does that mean? Please explain more. Nobody special. So Patrick Camber, that's a really good question, and one that we're asking people to consider in their world. Why is it that people are living in the streets to begin with? Are there too many streets? I don't know. Let's go. What about your text messaging? This is where I was going with it. Text messaging. You got to use Signal or Telegram. And who's the bootlicker? Hey, what was the case? I don't know, but these are good things that if you had, you could share. I want to share a couple other things before I forget, because I have some tabs open. How many of you are on Spotify? This here. Let's see. I forgot. I got to do all this damn. If you want me to share a link. Cut the plastics, got to go in there. Sorry, we're always trying to keep breakfast rolling, right? So that's the hard part about this. And I'm going to stop the noise. It's about to happen real quick. Sorry, we're always trying to keep breakfast rolling, right? So that's the hard. Okay. Hi, everybody. Now, housing is expensive. Rent's too high. Here's the link I want to share. This is Impartially Biased. And here is this video, or the open link here. I want you to see the Chrome tab, Impartially Biased there. And this is 2 minutes to midnight. This is my friend, a buddy of mine in Chicago. I believe he's where he's still at. He showed up on the live stream last night, and we're gonna give him mod opportunities when he comes around again. I didn't get 6 out of 2 and 2 last night. I finally did this morning. Emails help. If you really want to communicate with me directly, folks, remember, hit that email button. Because unfortunately, you can also go on Signal, cut the plastic. Telegram, cut the plastic. And go check out on Spotify if you've got some time. 2 Minutes is back. They almost changed the name to Impartially Biased. That's what it was. Then he was like, why make extra work for themselves when they had a perfect podcast name in the first place? So I want you to check them out, please. That's my buddy. And in this episode, wear them inside or show the world how much you don't care about anything but you. That must be like the work model ethos, I'm guessing. I started to listen to it last night and I fell asleep. Okay. So I shared the link there. We're going to stop sharing that. Did you go to Reddit yet? Let's do that next. Pikes is in here. Oh, man. I love Pikes, but fuck the 1%. Pikes is looking for people in, as am I, to join us in different communities where we educate on jury nullification. For those of you who don't know, one of the big stories for Eric Brandt is the jury nullification win, where after camping outside the courthouse, and I'll tell you because I camped there too, Eric and Mark Inicelli got arrested for doing some innocuous work called jury nullification, passing out flyers and master unconstitutional via show. I'm gonna give you a second here. We're gonna do jury nullification first. So jury nullification is where you, a juror, have a right to say, you know what, why are we here? What is the point of having this case if it's just a no victim case? If this poor human being was actually not guilty, and here's the body camera, and the government, the district attorneys and everything have seen all these things, and they didn't choose to not prosecute the victim and go after the assailant, a peace officer possibly. The conditions of living outside and dying outside means that if there's not a public toilet for you to use, you might have to pee outside, and it's a crime. But is it a crime for the city or the community to fail to have such services available, right? Public bathrooms in parks, water fountains to drink. These are essential. And for those people who really, really don't have access to those to a bathroom, it's a public health hazard. And if there's anything that COVID has taught me, it's that people don't even get the basics of what a public health hazard is. So here's the deal. 40% of jobs, I was reading this article today, 48% of Americans' jobs can be done from home. People are still working. And they make so much more of the money, right? It's the food service and the people who don't make much money, that can't afford health insurance, that need the masks. And here's why. I can't see chicken pox. You can see chicken pox. Have you? Patrick to camera. Dogs do, right? Being on a tree. If you want to go to a business that doesn't make you wear a mask on their private property, you have a right to do that. That is absolutely your choice. And I support you supporting that business. However, businesses have a right to tell you what you can do to do business with them. If you want to come into my store, you must carry a gun on you. If you want to come into that store, you have to leave it at the door. And a new guy gets a business to stand and watch the guns and hand them back and forth. Okay? And the chat is slow. But we're going to bounce back and forth. Jury nullification, absolutely. That's part of the reason that we need people out there doing jury nullification information, is because when you see that piece of paper, you can thank that person and you can tell them how awesome it is that they're about to do the thing that needs to be done. They're about to walk in the door and say shit's fucked up and stuff. And I'm tired of it. So I don't want to watch it anymore. Right? That is one thing that can be done. One Friday. So when you educate people on their rights as jurors, to say this prosecution is bad, it's unjust, it's unlawful, then that's a good thing. Okay. Masks, however, if you have the chicken pox, it's visible, right? You can see it, and you can avoid a person saying, "Wow, that man's got spots all over his skin. He must have the pox. We must stay away from him if I don't want to catch the pox, or maybe I'm going to go hang out with him so I can get the pox." I don't know how much you know about medicine and science. I have a few ideas. This disease, it's real. And if I think that there should be businesses. I'll be quite honest with you. When this all started, there was a thing about Candy Cedabaka saying that somebody with COVID, that she's a city councilwoman here in Denver, would go to a protest and know that they had COVID and sneeze all over everybody. And she was ridiculed for it. But did you see how many of Trump's staff have COVID from being at his rally in close quarters? Right? The only Supreme Court justice to be impeached and how he kept his job, unlike Pike's Peak Auditors, keeping the education lit. So I do vote third party. I saw somebody ask that question. I vote for marijuana. This is the Wolfpack cannabis, which was only $100 for an ounce out the door for rec. Tiny popcorn buds. However, they're good. You're not going to get COVID grocery shopping. Well, you might not get AIDS grocery shopping. Excuse me. COVID is a mouth-borne and airborne disease, then you could get COVID grocery shopping. And if you don't want to get COVID grocery shopping, then you wear a mask. And if you think you have COVID, you should definitely wear a mask. But it's like if you're having sex and you don't want kids, you should wear a condom, right? That's pretty logical. We should have birth control if you're having sex so that if you don't want kids, you don't get them. That would be pretty logical. However, there are people who say that every drop of seminal fluid is a life murdered. And every egg lost. A sanctified spirit gone on to the next place. Some see them as sperm and egg, right? And they look at it with a medical mindset. So it's because of these variances and these issues and how people look at things that we have to know the differences and what's really going on out here. So, masks. Should you wear them? I believe you should. I don't believe you need to wear one inside your home, but it seems like we got to go back to wearing them inside our jobs, inside the workplace. If you're going to be in an office space with other people, you're going to have to wear a mask. Am I just saying that because I'm a mask maker? No, I'm saying that because COVID's on the rise. And if you're not paying attention, then you're missing out on something. That's what I'm saying. So wear your mask, grow up, be a big person, and everything will be okay. Okay. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't go to that place. Don't go out. Stay at home. Have all your shit delivered to you. Right? I do my best to wear my mask at all times when I'm out. And I'm going to wear it in court. Because I'm not going to jail unless I have a jury trial. I'm not taking a guilty plea for filming a cop unless I have a jury trial. Right? In this day and age, jury trials are so damn important that Pikes Peak auditor, that Eric Brandt, that Eric Inicelli, that Brian Loma, lots of people have handed out. This woman, Jane June, the one that started this movement for the recent time. So we should thank them. Or we should join them. Listen, when it's the middle of the night and people are kicking you out, I got nothing to do with that, okay? There are some snowflakes everywhere. But there's a lot of trolls too, and sometimes it's hard to determine the difference. And realistically, in this space, it should be more about being human. It should be more about learning and growing and living and loving one another. Because how are we going to be victorious as a society to get into the next generation of life, the next evolutionary process, things like space travel, if the basics can't be figured out, right? A history forgotten is repeated. So we're just repeating history over and over again because it wasn't told effectively, maybe, because it wasn't held up to the light, because the winners are the ones who tell the story. I don't know. Black Lives Matter here isn't just a phrase. It's a concept that in the humanity of this world, good morning, that one girl, and Graham Gaetard Gaming, and Air Cooled Accountability, and One Hot Gal, if we are going to be a society that is successful, grows, saves the planet, gets humans off the streets, finds a level for population control, whatever it is, if we're going to do it, we've got to see that it's going to be in a world where brown and black and yellow and orange people live. And rainbows are present, right? Some will say that this is the end of the world. Read it in the Bible. It's there, right? That's what they say. And there are others who say that if we don't get past this point in recognizing that the color of your skin does not judge the quality of your humanity, and that's the point. The color of your skin is not equal to the value of your humanity. That's the issue. You could be brown, green, purple, or orange and still be a motherfucking asshole. Or a saint, a spirit, a fairy, a presence and an essence that moves with blessings, grace, and joy. Which one are you? Because I prefer to encourage you to be one that moves with spirit, grace, and joy. I hope you will consider that opportunity, that option. Go check out my buddy Jeff's podcast. I'm going to be doing that today. That's what I'm listening to at work. And join us tonight. I'm going to try to be in Greeley tonight for the protests and support for Elijah McClain. I'm planning on going to Colorado Springs tomorrow to do some mask sales, and we'll see where Sunday ends up. I think I'm going to move further south, maybe Pueblo, Durango, see what kind of protests are going on down there. Outdoor camping is in my agenda this weekend as well. Metalhead, Mike Stevens. This is the thought. This is the process. This is the thing that we as a humanity have to get over. Do we really need all these fucking guns? America has an obsession with them, right? Maybe alien species don't communicate with us because we haven't figured out how to get over our guns. My guns! And don't get me wrong, I've got guns. You've got guns. He's got guns. She's got guns. We all got guns. Okay? I marched with a guy on out there videotaping, bringing his AK-47 to the story, right? Or his AR-15. All he does. You want to go through gun training? There are people who will teach you how to use your gun effectively. Right? Our guns that have taken lives for all of eternity, you know, because somebody dumped out boxes of tea. Tea went in the water, but it was salty. It wasn't fresh. Maybe. right? So there's issues things working on throughout the world. The point is to work on it. Take your sustainable beverage container to work with you today if you're going to work. Wear a mask, right? If you need some masks, hit me up. I got lots of them. COMASKERAID is the website. And stingers, yeah, well, that's the thing. HTTP Here's where you get a mask right there. Boom. Do I have any? You got to email me. I saw my name flowing through the chat. You guys are moving faster in YouTube world than you are in StreamYards. So we need to hold the 1% accountable. We need to hold our government accountable. If your government is told to put in a budget that has toilets and recycling and trash for the streets to keep it clean, because we don't want poop in our streets, we need toilets to keep the poop out of the streets, then something's got to be done, right? If they can't keep the public safety and public health at a priority. If water is so rare that you can't just go and get a glass of it for free and have some, we're struggling in the world. COMaskeraid.org. So we're makers, but we're mask makers. It's mask emergency, mask ER aid. We're like first aid, but mask aid, right? So thank you. So Graham, have a great day. I'm going to eat my breakfast. I'm going to get ready, go water my garden, do all those things. No, Matthias, masks can be taken off for that purpose. Masks are designed to keep viruses out of your lungs and getting into your immune system. That's the basic short and sweet of it. And if you have a virus, then it is like helping you to stop spreading it. So if you have to pee and you're a guy and you have no pants on and you pee, it might just go all over the place. But with pants on, only you get wet. Only you're breathing in or absorbing the urine, right? However, if I'm not wearing pants and I'm peeing and you have pants on, you get less wet than if you don't have pants on too. So don't pee on each other. Don't spread the virus to each other, right? Like, just take care of humanity. Again, this is like where Black Lives Matter. There's a space that says the color of your skin isn't important. It's the character of your heart, right? And so if the character of your heart is that you don't understand that life is inconvenient and it might just take 15 minutes of your day to wear a mask, go back in and get it, an hour of your life to go buy one, whatever it is, right? Wash it, spray it with Lysol, leave it in the sun. There's all kinds of sterilization methods. I don't know enough about the VA, but I do know that I got to get off the stream and go to work. So we'll talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful day.